What up, everybody? So this is going to be a typical review, but I started watching all of the Harry Potter movies, and so far, Chamber of Secrets is taking the cake for my favorite so far. I haven't seen the the series of movies since Deathly Hallows 2 came out in the theaters, and that was in like 2012. So a lot of these movies I remember bits and pieces of, but I don't remember, the whole fucking series as a whole. So I really wanted to go back and rewatch it. Philosopher's Stone is really good. It's the one that started it all, but it's still an awesome origin story and it still holds up masterfully well. Chambers of Secrets, I just personally love it because the mystery, the whole murder detecting kind of thing, finding out who's killing all of the kids. I really, really like Chamber of Secrets. I don't know why people say it's one of the worst ones. I can't get over that. Anyways, Prisoner of Azkaban. Whoa, this was kind of tough. I'm not gonna lie. I really, really liked the first act of this movie. I really did. And then the movie kind of just, I wouldn't say falls apart, but it loses its momentum very, very fast. They're trying to juggle two tones here. And for the most part, it works at the beginning. You got your comedy, you got the dark, edgy stuff with the Reavers, which I really enjoyed. To start off with the positives, this movie just looks phenomenal still. When Harry's flying on the bird, it looks fucking beautiful. I can't believe how good these special effects still hold up. And as the movies go on, I'm sure they'll get better. The acting here is really, really good. The older Harry Potter movies, a lot of people didn't like because they didn't think the acting was the best. But man, these three kid actors, Emma Watson, Daniel Radcliffe, I forget the guy that plays Harry, one of the best, if not the best, duo I have seen acting wise. They are so good in every movie they evolve. The dialogue here isn't that bad. It's pretty intriguing. It's just the situations that our characters get put in, if you guys know what I mean. And a lot of people have this as their number one favorite movie. And like, good on you. That's why I love talking about movies. Are subjective, but I really felt like they could have done a lot more edginess with this movie. It felt, like I said, the first act was good with comedy and action and darkness. Harry Potter's not always about the fighting. It's about, the people at Hogwarts and how they learn to cast these spells. And Prisoner of Azkaban does that. There's a lot of cool scenes of Harry trying to learn a new spell and all that jazz. The scene with Snape is awesome when no one even sees him walk in the fucking room and he just shuts all the windows. There's so many good performances here, and it just sucks that the movie isn't as good as it could have been. I watched it when I was little and I really liked it, but watching it now, I didn't have a film critique. I wasn't trying to critique the movie. I just threw it on and wanted to watch it. But after the first act, the second act starts off really good with Professor Snape. And then after that, it kind of just takes a dip in quality, I think. It just becomes uninteresting. I don't think this movie had to be 2.5 hours long. Like, I really didn't. What I found the most intriguing part about this movie was finding the guy who, I forget his name, who broke out of Azkaban. So I thought the whole movie was going to be about that. But then you're with that plot line for like 5 minutes, and then you're jumping back to Harry doing something. It's so much back and forth. And I didn't mind it at the beginning because I thought, they're doing their own little adventures. It's fucking Harry Potter. Let it slide. But like the rest of the movie is like that. The third act does not feel satisfying whatsoever when they finally catch the guy. It turns out to be Harry Potter's godfather, and he killed his parents and blah blah blah. It's an alright premise, but the execution wasn't good. I didn't like the villain. He seemed terrifying when they're showing him on the posters and all that, which I thought was really cool. How he could move his head when everyone else in the room is just standing around talking and they don't see the guy in the fucking wanted poster moving around. That's why I love Harry Potter. Just little things like that make me appreciate the world so much. But unfortunately, this movie doesn't capitalize on the big stakes that it sets up at the beginning. I liked how it did feel like a big stake, but it felt very not overdone. And then by the end, it was just kind of underwhelming. They couldn't even meet me in the middle there. I don't know. That's just my opinion. I don't have advice to give them. Oh, you could have done this better. Me personally, I didn't enjoy it. So that was kind of a rough watch. Definitely dragged in the middle of the movie. Picked up a bit, and then it just drags. I don't know. The pacing's all over the place near the end of the movie. Next up, I think, is Goblet of Fire, and hopefully I'll enjoy that movie more, because I don't want to go through this whole series and not like any of them, and, think to myself, I only liked them when I was a kid. No, I know there's good movies in this series. Prisoner of Azkaban is, by all means, not a bad movie. It's not a terrible movie. None of these movies are terrible. But out of 8 movies, one of them is going to be, the worst, and it's going to be in that number 8 spot. And I think Prisoner of Azkaban is going to go there, since I haven't finished the series. I don't know how Order of the Phoenix is going to play out. I know I didn't really like that when I was a kid, but maybe I didn't understand it, and I'll like it a lot more now. So that is my review, Prisoner of Azkaban. Not very in-depth detail, just my general thoughts. And yeah, if you guys want me to review any other Harry Potter memorabilia, anything, let me know. I don't have all the books, I have a couple of them. Never got to reading all of them. I never got sucked into them like I did with the movie. But I don't know, maybe one day I'll start. But I really hope Goblet of Fire is a good movie, because if not, that'll be like 4 hours of sitting around watching alright movies. This movie is just mediocre, average at best. Nothing memorable happens other than the Reapers, or Reavers, or whatever they call them. Just something I turned off and was like, alright, that was pretty forgettable. And it just kind of sucks, because I tried my best to enjoy it, see it for what it is, but there's just too many side plots going on. And if they kept that at the beginning and then let the second and third act breathe so we can build up more to the villain, I think it would have been a lot better. A bit more edgy tone, because it was edgy, but it was jumping back too much. So thank you everyone again for watching.